Welcome back, everybody, to some more Bologna Baloney with myself, Dan, from Dan Has Fun. Restart the game because the sound suddenly died. And apparently the war that I was hoping would end at the end of the last episode has ended immediately. When you reload the game, the AI does rethink all of its diplomatic components. So I'm not surprised that that happened, but it would have been nice for it to have happened last episode. Anyway, we're no longer in a war then. All I did between episodes other than that is take my diplomat that was doing diddly squat and got them in Monferrato because it's a pretty easy target. It would be easier if Austria had stayed at war with Poland for longer, but if I can find a way for Austria to not get involved there, then that will be pretty easy. I did also check the northeast side of North American continent again, because we just got a bit more details on it. Yeah, Cape Breton is an English colony. Well, it's going to become an English colony. And we have the natives kind of blocking them in a little bit. Bohemia is asking for soldiers. We're pretty close to our limit. So yes, I will absolutely do that. You can trade 10 favors for different resources. So Austria actually has just asked for 91 gold instead. Given we have 1,000, I'm pretty sure we can spare it. I also made the decision between episodes. We are making so much money. We're going to go for state firearm regiments. I don't mind spending a little bit more money on our maintenance if it means we can have better troops. It will then give you the option to get rid of it. You can abolish it, which we're not going to do. You lose army professionalism if you ever hit that button. I have no intentions of doing it. Okay, so Austria still has a lot of nations in its coalition against it. I'm hoping now that they're no longer at war helping Poland, that number might go down. It's not going to go down if Austria declares on Venice, though, is it? Which we cannot do, because we still have a truce with them. They're going to be looking for this coastline. Again, I'm not worried about that right now. I really don't mind. So if Austria gets pretty big, it obviously has Hungary. Poland's going to be pretty big, and the Ottomans are pretty big. I'm hoping the three of them effectively block one another from advancing in the area, and that will allow me to scoop up a lot of this side. Hopefully we'll be able to deal with Spain collectively, because Spain tends to be pretty unpopular with the Ottomans and with Austria over time, and obviously that didn't happen in real life with the Habsburgs, but in this game anyway, if Austria does well, they tend to end up not being besties with Spain. It really depends what France does. And so far, the cannibal conquistador of Spain, so far, France looks like it's doing its pretty standard fare. It kicked England out of almost the entirety of the mainland continent. Oh, we're still over here. Ah, oopsie doopsie. I forgot to recall our ships from Theodoro. Let's get those back before we lose them. We'll be able to get them back, but that was nearly a big oops. Yeah, we left that really close. Okay. Now we'll get our ships back to heal. Do any of them need upgrading? Because when you do upgrade ships, they drop to 1%. But we don't. We don't have anything that needs updating or upgrading. Okay. We have way too much spying going on against Milan. We really can't do anything. I'd love to get this province, but Austria's not going to invite me in because I can't get involved with the war with them. Montferrat is having its independence guaranteed by Milan. That doesn't really change anything for me. We need to make sure we get that claim on Firenze. That has to be kept up constantly, because we do need it to form Italy. So we definitely want to make sure that happens. Clearly we're not going to go to war right now. But yeah, they are protected by Spain, which is most unfortunate. Now the Ottomans are going to go after Wallachia, who are still allied to nobody of any note. Sorry, Herzegovina. We lost our claim. So we're going to get that set back up again as well. It would certainly be nice to have Istria, but it's not a priority, at least not right now. Oh, well that's interesting, I guess. So Wallachia has no allies. Not sure why the Ottomans even chose to do that. I'm surprised they didn't just eat these provinces. They have a permanent claim on them. Do we want to get Diplotech early, spend more money, but get innovativeness? It's just not a very good tech, so I'm going to wait. We can afford to get a new idea, so we'll get a new offensive idea. That makes our fort maintenance cheaper as well. We'd really like to get to our final idea because it makes tech cheaper. And it makes our development cheaper as well. It's a pretty good idea group. When the Italian question comes up, if indeed it ever does, I still don't know if we'll be using our own ideas or Italy's. We'll have to think about it close to the time. We'll probably burst the Diplotech. Yeah, we'll do it. It's only a 25% extra amount it had to pay, and it gives us 6 innovativeness. This is just so that towards the end of the game, we can start getting techs very, very quickly, so we can pump a lot of points into other projects. Setting ourselves up for the future. We do need 30 spy power to do that. Oh, new draperies. So a new technique for fabric production has begun to emerge among the cloth workers of Bologna. Thinner, lighter, and cheaper. But it does mean that wool is less demanded, but cloth is more demanded. So, not really a huge change. I was hoping if we had that event fire, we get maybe money or development, but no, we don't. Yeah, Austria. I wonder how much of Venetian land Austria is going to take. They shouldn't be able to take this. And yes, Venice has nothing down here anymore. Okay, they took... Yeah, they took the 3 coastal provinces. And they left this one alone. So exactly what we expected them to do. When does... it's 7 years away, so yeah, we don't have to... We don't have the capacity to take Venice's last province for a while yet. We'll just have to wait politely. We still have to... Oh, our spy got caught before he could get to 30 spy power at Montferrat, so we're going to have to wait. Complaints about an official earned a reputation as a greedy and cruel person. Gee, I wonder which option we're going to pick. If we're going to get 2 corruption removal, I'm going to debase our currency. Gives us 175 gold. Then do that so our corruption goes back down to 0, so it's just free money. Our leader's an obsessive perfectionist, right? Yeah. That means I don't really want to build buildings until he dies. So we're going to wait. I mean, theoretically, it's not going to be that far away. He's 65 years of age, which for this time period is massive. We don't care that that has ended, so there's less of certain types of mercenary available, but we don't need any mercenaries. We're at maximum manpower now, and I don't like that because it feels like we're wasting time. But who could we even attack right now? So anybody that's got the stripes on it, we have a peace treaty with, so we're not attacking them. I'd love to have gone after Monferrato, or you know, if I could find a way to dissuade Austria from getting involved, but I don't think we do have a way. I don't have a claim on Trent, but I don't really want to attack Trent anyway. I'd love to try and knock Spain down a peg, but without having some allies involved, that's not happening. So we're pretty limited on options. The next option, I guess, on the table would be to go after Savoy. So what we will do, because we don't need to keep getting more spy power against Tuscany at this point, let's see if we can find a way to go after Savoy. Because we do share the sea here, the sea province, for lack of a better term. So maybe we can go after them that way. Also, how is troop cap looking? So we have space for 3 more. Oh, the plague. We'll spend money to deal with that. We're going to give each stack 1 more cannon. Oops, I gave 2 because it lagged. So I guess we're going 1 over. It's fine. Oh, our general died while drilling. Let's recruit a new one who is... Wow, he's got 6 points of shock. Maximum roll on shock. I'd rather have shock. Oh, wow, okay. So I said before, last episode I think it was, that even though we had a siege specialist leader, that we're going to have them drill anyway. This is why. So while drilling, he improved his stats, so he now has an extra siege pip. So he's now a 4 siege leader, which is enormous. He will melt through all the forts other than the very, very newest one, like a knife through extra toasty butter. Yeah, Milan spying on us. We do not care. Switzerland is converted to reformed. Let's have a look at the religion situation while we're at it. Oh, estates. Thank you for reminding me, pop-up. We want to seize land from the estates, go back up to 74%. They still like us enough that they won't rebel. Beautiful. Yes, religion-wise, there's some Protestant, but it hasn't really spread. Reformed has spread quite well, considering it's relatively new. Well, none of the big nations have taken it. None of the Scandinavian nations have. England stayed Catholic. It didn't even create Anglicanism. I think we might have a hard time. Although, at least Naples is having Protestantism spread. It will never convert, barring miracles, but it's nice that it is spreading there. Do we want to go for textile manufacturing? No, we can wait. We're not going to get a benefit from getting that tech early, so we will sit on it for now. Our ships came back and healed, so let's get them mothballed. And our trading fleet should take the Admiral. Do we have more capacity? Nope. So yes, what we're going to do is we're going to wait for our leader to pass away so that, you know, we don't have obsessive compulsive perfectionist, or whatever the trait's called, just to make our buildings a bit cheaper. And then we will probably build a couple of manufactories, get some, honestly, force land, land limit is the way to go. Normally it'd be a load of manpower, but we have so much money, if we start running low on manpower, we can just buy mercenaries. We're going to have plenty of cash. We also can get that claim back on Venice. We can't go to war with them right now, but it means when we can, we won't have to wait. Yeah, we're kind of stuck right now. We just have to wait. I don't enjoy it. It would delay us getting to military tech 11, but I'm going to take that idea anyway, because siege ability plus 20% is massive. Effectively, how that works, to my knowledge, is it reduces the amount of time it takes between ticks on a siege. So if it's 30 days as, say, a base, it's going to be 24 when you have that. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it works something like that. Milan's 1531, 1535. We still don't have enough on Savoy. Savoy is part of the Holy Roman Empire, so it's going to take longer to get a claim on them. Poland wants 84 gold for their favors. I'm fine to cash that in right now. We just learned about a load of Africa, I believe. Let's see how the Africa colonization game's going. It isn't. France has Arguin there, or at least it's getting it. But yeah, really, there's no game at this point down here. Portugal, though, is still spreading out. There's Rio de Prata. Portuguese, Argentina. Yeah, not a huge amount going on the colonization game. Some games, all the major powers on the west of Europe get out there, and other games, they kind of just sit around and twiddle their thumbs. Portugal and Castile almost always do colonize, but England and France? Sometimes it varies. Not consistent at all. But yeah, I can't believe up to 43,000 troops. We definitely could not take Spain on alone. But we're no longer just absolute sitting ducks against them. I'm wondering if I should put a fort in Abruzzi. I know it's going to cost me extra money. But I'm going to put that in. You might be like, why? Most people, when they get provinces, they take the forts away. But if we end up at war with them, that will take them a really long time to siege out. Because it's on a mountain. So I do believe that is a good investment. Oh, we have a new parliamentary debate to deal with. Let's see, what options do we have? More merchant. We had that last time. We don't need the sailor recovery speed. Culture conversion cost is interesting, but I don't really need that either, so we'll be going for the quartering of troops again. I don't like presenting a scapegoat, because that's just kill somebody that's giving you Bonnock points. But I'm going to do it anyway. Mainly because I know we have a replacement who's the same guy. Effectively, we had the event happen twice. And Venezia having more autonomy I definitely do not like. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to reduce autonomy there. It will make them unhappy, so we'll have way more unrest. But I'm fine with it. We're going to move these troops over and have them drill in Venezia. And that will reduce the unrest. It'll still exist. It's not a cure-all. It's not, you know, a panacea. But it does reduce it by something. Definitely helps. Yeah, minus 3.75. You can't go higher than, well, lower, I guess, than -4. So that's close enough. Moldavia has been changed into a vassal. I think they were in March before, so that is the sign that they want to absorb them. Which makes sense. They have a really messy border over here. Wow. Poland is creating some ugly borders. The Ottomans have a nice clean line in Europe, but man, Poland are making some mess out there. Some real mess. Okay, we finally have enough to fabricate a claim on Nizza. Would Austria jump in if we declared on them? Nope, the Papal States would, which is kind of perfect, really, isn't it? Now, if I was to make them co-belligerent, Spain would jump in, right? Yeah. So we can't do that, but it is very tempting to declare war now and kind of just give them all a shellacking. Let's unmothball our ships first, because the Papal States have 32 ships. They are packing some pretty dangerous naval heat. Which would mean we would have to keep very close eye on... let's just move them back. We're going to move our trade fleet back. We're going to stop with the drilling. Shortcut for that is J. I can never remember. We'll give it a few months, just so they can get their stats back and allow our ships to do their thing. We're going to combine them together. We are going to upgrade them. There's only 3 ships that need doing, but we might as well do it now. They'll perform better in battle. So, definitely worth doing. Level 2 trader. Don't need it right now. Poland is going after the Golden Horde, or the Great Horde as they're called now. That's not going to be very tricky for them. Muscovy's getting pretty big. 82,000 troops. They're going to be dangerous, and they're going to hate Poland, because they always hate Poland. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that, because Poland is big, but Muscovy has a lot more room to maneuver and grow. They will struggle a bit technologically in comparison, but they're just going to have all the manpower. Hopefully it ends up being a bit of a status quo over there. We will certainly see. The Ottomans are going after a nation that we don't know about, so it doesn't matter. Let's get... How many troops do you have? 15,000? So we're going to need 2 of our 3 stacks are going to need to deal with the papacy, and 1 of them is going to be needed to deal with Savoy. Montferrat probably don't like me enough. Oh no, they do like me just enough to let me get through. So we're going to do that. I guess we should be looking around the board for a 4th ally at some point, but I've not really felt the need to. But having open borders with Montferrat is going to make attacking Savoy a lot easier. And I'm pretty much ready to go. I don't mind waiting a few months before the Navy can get out there, because it's going to take me time to clean up these guys in fights anyway. Savoy does have ships, but not very many of them. Yeah, I think we're good. I think this is what we'll do. We were determined to find a war, and we found one. So, this is the time. Yep, let's go. I wish we could make co-belligerents, but deep down we kind of knew that wasn't going to be the case. Okay, we're both going to move there. This stack, I want to make sure we don't walk into... I don't think we could get access to Pavia anyway, but we definitely want to make sure that we don't. Even though their capital is on a mountain, we should outnumber them 3-1. So I'm just going to accept it for what it is. There's the papal units, and they're going somewhere we can't get to. Arguably, I should have waited for this fort to get built first, but I was impatient. I'll accept that that's going to happen, but I don't intend to get involved. Really, the only annoying thing about that is it black flagged this stack of troops for some reason. So that sucks. But yes, what is happening right now, I assume that the King of Burgundy, like I said, he died a while back, and I believe it ended up being like a status quo, right? Well, Austria's going to have another go at it. And they are probably going to win. It does mean we're going to have a terrifying Austria, but at least that will keep me safe short term and mid term. This is annoying though. This is annoying. I assume it just cashes out the fort. We have enough money to sink a ship. I'm not worried about it. Royal marriage with Poland broke, so let's redo that. We definitely want to be married to them. There's Savoy's stack of troops. They took a long time to deal with. I'm actually surprised how long that took. Let's deal with that stack so we can just carpet siege them. Why did they run away that way? That was weird. They went from here, there, and then across? That was strange. That was very strange. Anyway, it's fine. We should start wipe them on their capital. They have hardly any troops left. Okay, done deal. They will come over here and start sieging things, and I don't care if they do that for now. We're going to siege out Perugia. We're then going to double back, take out the Papal States army, and then go and siege Roma. Our navy is still recovering. But again, I'm in no rush. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this stack over here. We do have to be a little bit cautious because Austria... Actually, hang on. I'm just going to leave them in one stack. I'm not happy about it, but given the other war that's going on right now, I don't want to run the risk of taking collateral damage from it, so we'll just keep our stack together for security. I wish Austria could have waited. Yeah, we'll just sacrifice 5 prestige for that winter siege. Okay, our navy is up to full strength. We want to get it over to Rome. I don't know if they will attack me or not. Oh, apparently I'm attacking them, though. So what's the constitution here? They have slightly more galleys than I do, but I have a heavy ship. My stats are slightly better, and we have the same numbers. Unless that 10 stat from Savoy wants to come in. The Papal States have the reformation of their religion starting, so the Council of Trent event happens for all the Catholic nations. So they get some bonuses to try and deal with the rise of Protestantism and the Reformed religion. Doesn't typically do a huge amount, but it's fun. It's a fun event while it lasts. We didn't capture any ships there. I should be able to just flatten those 10 ships so I can go back and heal. Really, we're at a 92% tick before we won that siege. Wowzers. Yep, we just smacked the whole lot. And our admiral is now a naval showman, so we get more prestige, and that's okay. It's not a game changer, but it's not bad. This should be enough to take out the papacy. They actually have more morale than I do, but they have nowhere near as much in the way of military tactics. And they have way too many cavalry. So they're getting a massive penalty. That was why their tactics were so low temporarily there. But that shows the difference. I lost about 3,500-ish men. They lost, what, 12, 13,000? It's a lot. It is a lot. And because Perugia has now been taken, I can run all the way back to Roma. I don't know where they're going to go, though. They might go... Yeah, they're going to go to Terracina. Which we're going to do, just because I want to try and bop them as quickly as I can. We finally got that sieged out. I wish I could carpet siege Savoy, but I don't want to run the risk of getting wiped by something in the Burgundian War there. We should be able to give them a bop. Are we going to reach them? We are going to reach them with half of our troops before the month's out, too. Profiteering in Mantova. The citizens of Mantova have grown tired of the local influence of greedy Austrian merchants that they claim are using unfair advantages to outcompete local businesses. I don't really want to upset Austria, so I'm just going to say it's fine. Try harder. It's not a massive swing either way, but I don't want the -50 to the relation hit. I also don't know if I'm going to be able to stat wipe the Papal States this way. We didn't massively outnumber them until the other half of the army came. New World Diamonds. Portugal got a whole bunch of money, but the price of gems has fallen through the floor. So gem-producing provinces are making nowhere near as much money. Yeah, we didn't stack wipe them, so we're going to keep chasing them. They're going to Ancona, because they don't really have very far to go. We should be pretty safe to split this in half at this point. Okay, there's the stat wipe. So this is the sieging guy. He wants to go to Roma. It's a level 3 location. This guy I'm just going to split into quarters. And start sieging. We don't have a way of, in the diplomacy afterwards, getting the Papal States to no longer be protected by Spain. Because that would be a Spain end thing, not a papacy one. Would be nice if we could do it, but no. That's not how that works. But this is what this game's all about. It's all about looking for angles. And we are pretty much just going to sit on the papal territory and pillage it, just so we can make some money. We're not going to do that to Savoy because, well, we want some of that land. I don't know how much we're going to take. But the papacy, I don't mind sitting on it for a bit, making some money. Did it kill? Nope, we're still going to build our fort too. Go sit on Ancona for a bit. Once you siege a location, you don't get the same kind of attrition issue. The supply limit will drop over time as the devastation goes up as you sit there. But it's nowhere near the same. It's not like you're dealing with hostile terrain at that point. You're dealing with somewhat subdued. Yeah. Oh, Regensburg had the burghers siege power. That's what happens when the influence gets too high. What a mistake to make her. And yeah, I've clearly not helped with this war at all, and Austria is kicking butt. Do I have any contribution? No. No, I do not. Though apparently I'm losing money. Oh, it's because the Papal State's sitting there trying to suffocate me. Actually, speaking of which, let's get our stack of ships over to Roma to help with the siege. Because right now we're getting a -2 from coastal, and now it's 0. Should have done that a little bit earlier. I was a bit slow. I never remember the deal with the naval side properly. You're always dealing with the land, and I always forget about the naval. Even if I say, don't forget about it, I will find a way to forget about it, I can assure you. I guess we might as well try and get some war score in that other war, given, well, not much to go on. Oh, I forgot. Avignon is papacy, so we need to deal with that too. We'll go sit over there. We just sieged Rome out. That is very quick. Do we want to attack this papal stack? I guess we might as well. Maybe we'll get some naval tradition or capture a few ships. If anything, it'll slow the papacy down a bit. Let's move all of our troops over to Mantua. I just don't want them continuing to blockade me and cause devastation. The Great Horde gave Poltava to Lithuania. Is interesting. Oh god, that border. It's hideous. I'm not sure why they would give Poltava back to Lithuania, given it now means Poland can't attack the Great Horde. Oh, I guess they are allied. That's going to cause Poland more issues than it's going to fix. Because if Lithuania gets attacked by Muscovy, Poland's going to jump in for sure. And I'm sure they'll jump in if the Ottomans attack. The Ottomans have 108,000 troops already. Oh, that's faddle. Oh, we captured 2 ships after all. We got 2 galleys off the Papal States. That's nice of them. Let's go heal, because I'm sure we took a battering. Let's upgrade a couple of ships that we have. And then this stack, we're going to combine, split. So we have 2 fairly even armies. And we're going to walk over and make sure they don't start besieging things. Try to split them up a little bit so they don't get attritioned as aggressively. I guess we'll re-siege Brest so we can claim we have some war score in the deal that Austria is working on. I wonder how much war score do we have against the Papal States? Because it might just be worth getting rid of them now. Because we clearly can't claim this province. It's just in the middle of nowhere. Do we want Ancona at this point? It's 33 aggressive expansion if I do. Because if I wanted that, I might as well do that. That's going to be 59, though. But it doesn't really annoy anybody new. So I'm just going to do it anyway. Get some war reps. I'm not going to pillage them, though. Yeah, we have no way of breaking any relationship with Spain because it's purely Spain to them. And they won't revoke their core on that. That's fine. They will probably give me, like, 3 ticks of gold. Maybe a couple more. 1 more. Nope. Okay, fine. Okay, so we don't need to deal with the papacy anymore, so let's get this stack of troops back to Venezia so we can deal with any potential rebel shenanigans. And we have 100% war score against Savoy. So I'm just going to very quickly finish dealing with that one province in Burgundy. And then we will peace out. Beautiful. Okay. Before we do, should we move our troops back? So, clearly, we don't have a land border between Genova and any part of Savoy. So if we peace out now, our troops are going to be on this side and we will have to use our transports to move them over. We only have 4, so it's going to take an eternity. So I'm going to move these troops back first and then we're going to peace out. Or not, if Montferrat's going to say, hang on, I have open borders, why would you not? Oh, probably a hostile ship ended up going by Venezia. I was going to say, that didn't happen. Unconditional surrender. I know, we'll be dealing with that in just a second, I promise. I'm not just going to try and cause you rebellions for no reason. Oh, admin tech 11. Let's get that now. I've got all the points and it was not ahead of time. And land force limit plus 20%. No, I should get the tech first because we're not ahead on tech either. Beautiful. We do have an event available, the Popery Act, which is just a positive, so let's get that more missionary strength. Definitely going to do that. Now we'll piece them out. We can take 1 province. We could technically take it all, but we'd end up with 57 aggressive expansion, which we clearly do not want to do. End up with 52, it's still too much. What about 28? None of those nations matter, so we can definitely do that. We can force religion if we want to as well, so we might as well. I don't intend to go to war with these guys again anytime soon, so let's get that done. Break alliance with the Papal States. Actually, no, don't do that. I want that as leverage. And send demands. Boom. So we have 2 provinces. This one we can't core yet because it's not on a coastline. This one we certainly can. Let's get that cored. Go away. We're going to start converting this one as a result. We are going to send a stack of troops over there. Probably not the siege one though. Let's send the other. And we'll deal with a follow-out next time. So, appreciate your time. If you enjoyed the video, let me know. Otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your day. And take care now. Thank you for watching the video. And if you'd like to see more, feel free to stick around.